Here. How are you guys today? All right. If you saw my title, I'm going to tell you it could get a little ranty up in here. So bear with me because this is something that really burns my butt if you want to know the truth when people say this. So that is why I wanted to talk to you about it because it is something that I get super passionate about. So just bear with me as I kind of go into a little rant mode. Have you ever had anybody say to you, you need to live within your means? Okay. That statement burns my behind like nobody's business. And it was actually a statement that was just said to me not that long ago. Not that long ago. I won't even go into the conversation because the conversation doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about, other than the fact in that conversation, the statement was made about living within our means. All right. So this is where I get a little ranty. Living within my means. And I know why people say that, especially directly to me, because they see that we have horses and they see that to them it's a frivolous something to sell, which is why this pisses me off so much, because if the roles were reversed, and it would be a little bit different, they wouldn't say this to people. But anyway, something about a comment was made about living in within your means. All right. So here's what I'm going to say. And this is probably why it burns my butt so bad. And I'm sorry, this is going to get a little ranty. I apologize. However, the reason it burns my butt so bad is because 3 years ago, I was living within my means. I lived a frugal life, but I was living within my means and I was not having the issues that are happening right now. Okay. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, we're not destined to live in a cardboard box or anything. But my point being is 3 years ago, living within my means was way different than what it looks like now. And that is what burns my butt, is because people sit here and think that just because I have these horses sitting out here, this is a main part of our life, guys, main part of our life. And people look at people, and it's not even horses. It can be a motorcycle. It can be a car. It can be whatever you want. It can be your goats, for crying out loud. If that's what brings you joy and you have them, and people look at you and say you can live within your means, it burns my butt because they have absolutely no idea what these animals mean to me. If I had 4 more children in my house and that was all I had, would you look at me and say you need to live within your means? So why do we say that statement, and why is it on me to live within my means? As gas prices go up, and we hear on the news how in the first quarter, the gas prices made profits in the billions, guys, not millions, billions, billions. In the first quarter, they made profits in the billions. Profits. That was after all their expenses got taken out, profits in the billions. Not the low billions, but the higher billions. Fact check it, it's out there. They made profits in the billions. It's not my fault inflation went up. So why, when people say that statement, you need to live within your means, does it feel like they're condescending what you are doing and how you are living your life? When in honest reality, I live my life the way I want to live my life. I am in service of God. I am not in service to the almighty dollar. There is no way that I am going to sit here, and if that was the case, I would have all the things. If I lived in service to the almighty dollar, I would have all the things and I would go for broke. Go for broke. I wouldn't worry about having stuff paid off. I wouldn't worry about that. I just go for broke. I'd be living payment to payment to payment to payment. Now, this person did not say it to be malicious, and I'm not saying that at all. It's just that statement burns my butt because as I sit here as a middle-class society, making my life, living my life as frugal as I can, we don't have extravagant things. And I do that by design. And that is why I get on here and I try to teach you guys how to do this by design. done it my whole life. I can teach you this. But I do this by design, and then somebody tells me that because inflation goes through the roof, I am supposed to learn how to live within my means. Do you know what I say to that? That's fine. I'll live within my means, but I don't think you want to see the miserable person on the other side, because living within my means meant selling my horses. That's what it meant. I get it. We'd probably have way more money if I did sell the horses and we didn't go do all the things, but I wouldn't have the memories. We'd all be miserable. And here's the other thing. Why has it come down to the fact that we have to live within our means? In the 1950s, people were living on one income within their means and living a good life. Where the hell is that time gone? Living within your means is a derogatory statement if you ask me, because there are so many factors that are out of our control. Electric bills going up, gas prices going up, groceries going up. And when I looked at that person, we were talking about it, I wasn't mean, but I looked at them and I said, that's the case. That's great. Why is it my responsibility to live within my means when it's not anyone else's responsibility that's setting these gas prices to make it so it's manageable? Who's making these profits in the billions? It ain't me. It isn't me. So then who is? Who is? And why aren't they living within their means? Why do they have to have profits in the billions? I'm not saying no business should have a profit. I'm just saying, why is it they're not supposed to live within their means, because they're raising gas prices so everybody makes more money? And if you think that's not the truth, then you need to do a little more research, because it's the truth. Why is it's on me as the middle class to live within my means? And why is it said to me in a derogatory way, like I have done something wrong? I didn't ask for inflation. I didn't ask for any of this. You didn't ask for any of this. All the people on my Facebook that are on fixed incomes and all of that, they didn't ask for any of this. Some of these people are living in low-income housing because they didn't ask for any of this. They worked their whole lives to retire, to live in low-income housing, because they didn't ask for any of this. They worked, they had a good life. They just didn't have enough money. When people sit there and tell me how they're worried about potentially going into the nursing home because it'll take everything they have, everything they worked for, they can't even get care, decent care for them as they get older, because it'll take everything that they have. Everything they worked for went into taking care of them in a home. What the heck is wrong with our country? What in God's name is wrong with our country? Yes, sorry, I warned you, I was getting a little ranty. What is wrong with our country? You didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. So when the next time you look in judgment to somebody about them not living within their means, I really want you to think about that. When you're not working and you're in a nursing home and it takes every cent you have to get taken care of, to get fed, to get clean, to get anything, to get taken care of, who's not living within their means? And why is that such a sad thing? That is such a sad thing that our elderly people, our middle class people did not ask for any of this. And yet we get talked down to about not living within our means. And like I said, guys, what sparked this was not anything bad at all. It was just after I had just heard that day that the gas prices had gone up, they made profits in the billions. And so it really chapped me. It just really did. And when are we going to say enough is enough? I know a lot of people sit there and say, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. That's wrong. There is something you can do. You can start living frugally. Get rid of the cable. Shut it off. Get rid of the cable. Get rid of anything that isn't a necessity to life. Shut off the cable. Pick up a book. They used to do that way back when, in the old days, in the pioneer days. They sat around candlelight and they read books. They didn't have TV. Shut it off. I'm just saying there is a way, there is something we can do about it. And the first thing that we can do is not be ashamed when somebody tries to shame us into living within our means. Their opinion means nothing to me. I am in service of God and I am doing what God is asking me to do. And that is who I am. I am not in service to the almighty dollar, and I will continue to live a frugal life, and I will continue to live the way I see fit. I don't care. You can have your opinions. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude about it, but you can have your opinions. But like I said, if those were 4 kids that were living in my house, those words would never utter your mouth, because you knew that I had these kids and I can't just sell a kid to make ends meet. So if that thought ever crosses your mind, even in passing, even when you look at somebody, if that thought ever crosses your mind, I want you to pause before and think about what situation got them there. Yes, there's always people that take advantage of the situation, but think about it. All right, you guys have a great day. Guys, if you want to hear, I really went off in my VIP Facebook group about this. So if this video intrigues you and you want to hear more of what I had to say, I went into more detail over there. Get on over to my VIP Facebook group. The link is in the description. Guys, sorry about the rant. Love y'all. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.